Well, hello, my friends. I am so excited that you are here with me tonight. Oh my goodness. Here, let me come in closer to you all. Thank you for joining me. It's Monday. Woo! And we made it through the day, my friends. I am thrilled. Just changing some volume and settings here as we go. Oh my gosh, friends, I am so glad you're here. Can I confess? Can I confess that I am exhausted? So many of you know that it was my birthday this past weekend, and I did something I have never done before on a birthday weekend, and I highly recommend it. I was invited to be the keynote speaker at a conference that was full of nearly 400 crafty friends and was absolutely amazing. It was put on by SCT, so Scrapbook and Cards Today, magazine and event company. Oh my gosh, it was called Create and Inspire. And holy moly, did they deliver? I've got to tell you, friends, Catherine and her team do the most impressive events that I have ever seen. And I travel the world to do events. So it is absolutely incredible to know that right here near my hometown, she was able to host nearly 400 people over my birthday weekend, but not for my birthday weekend. That was just a coincidence. So I am Mr. Dan Adamson. I'm glad you're here. I am utterly spent because we did wonderful things all together. First, I moderated a panel of some of the best and brightest in our industry. Oh my gosh, I was fangirling. It was so great. Hey, Janet, I'm glad that you're here. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you all about the people that I met. So I got to moderate that panel. Then I did 8 wonderful roundtables. They were 45-minute sessions each, and they were these intimate, wonderful conversations where we shared exchanging inspiration and ideas. We did a card swap right there in person. It was so, so great. And I got to have a guest, I'm going to say it, celebrity with me each time that I did each one of those. And holy wow, were they amazing? And spoiler alert, absolutely incredible salt of the earth people. So not just famous, wonderful crafters in the YouTube and interweb of things. They were absolutely, utterly amazing to work with. And I feel so, so blessed. Catherine had lots of her family there, like Erica and her daughter-in-law to be Caitlin, her sons, her husband Jack. My gosh, it was amazing. And I got to be there as well with my friends Sherry and Matt from the Paper Crafters Workshop, who were the ones that really facilitated introducing me to Catherine, who owns the magazine and event company. And wow, I just feel so absolutely amazing. Hey, Ashley, you made it. Yay. Ashley saying happy first day of my new year. So let me tell you, 51 is going to be fun, friends. Woo! I'm so, so pleased to have spent the weekend going through wonderful, inspirational things with folks and having an amazing time. Logan's my little grandbaby. He was going to call and sing happy birthday to Nana yesterday, but he fell asleep in the car. That's okay. Janet, you are right. I am on cloud 9. So let me tell you some of the names of the incredible people. Let me see if I can remember everybody. I will definitely put their links in the show notes if I don't remember everybody's name off the top of my head, because friends, I stayed in bed all day. That's how tired I am. I actually just put on clean jammies and got back into bed this morning, and it was so indulgent and wonderful. And you know who made it so absolutely easy for me? Mr. Fred. That's right. He brought me tea and water. He made me soup. I think macaroni and cheese as well too, which is like the best comfort food. So he took care of me all day long. Luigi snuggled with me. I read. Okay, Eric the accountant is online right with us right now, and he says my 52nd year. So I am 51, and I am beginning my 52nd year. You are completely right, sir. Thank you for correcting me, as only a person who loves columns and rows like you do could. It was absolutely great. But it was one of the best days. It was so good to be there. So I just adore. Yes, Fred, you are the best. It's so true. It's so true. Look at that. Where am I saying this? Here we go. You're the best looking after Sherry today. It's so true. Look, you're the best, Fred. They all love you. My gosh, it's so true. It's wonderful. I do. I look fabulous. Well, that rest was worth it, let me tell you. So the thing that I went to the conference to talk about was that I really believe, and I have been able to do research and curate research and find facts that support this. Being creative is a vital component of our self-care. So we often know that we need to hydrate, drink lots of water, stay hydrated. We know that, right? We know that we need good sleep. We know that rest is important to our well-being. Exercise and diet. These are all pillars that we know are really good for us. But I'm telling you, friends, that as somebody who grew her own heart back after a terrible heart failure, I am telling you that I know being creative and making things, anything even beyond card making. I'm just passionate about card making, but making things and creating things is a vital part of our self-care. It helps make sure that you're socially connected. It allows you to have a delay of cognitive decline. So you're actually doing wonderful things for your brain. And I'm so tired today that I can't finish talking about all those wonderful sciencey things I spent the whole weekend talking about. But what I can do is do a little bit of crafting with you. But first, I'm going to share some wonderful things. So first things first, let's set our intention. So this year, what I've been doing in my live streams, every Monday night at 7 like this, how many are we at now? I forget this year how many Mondays we're at, but it's a lot of Mondays in a row that we've done. This has been great. I've been setting an intention. And I light the candle just kind of to slow me down a little. My good friend Todd often listens in while his wife Lisa is watching and talking to me and being with us in our community here. And Todd mentioned to me last week, you talk so fast. And I know that, but it's good to be reminded of that. So got my little candle going here. I'm going to move it to behind me, but just as we do, everybody just focus on those nice flickering flames for a second or two. And just think of your own intentions of what you want to do in spending the next hour. Maybe you're just dropping in. Maybe you're my mom. Everybody say hi to Mrs. Gloria Griffin. She goes by Glow. But you can call her Mrs. Gigi, or you can call her Glow, or Mrs. Griffin, whatever you love. But Mom, I'm glad you're here. And I'm going to just set the intention tonight to be full of gratitude, because here's something that is actually true. Did you know that anxiety and gratitude can't exist together at the same time inside of us? So I'm letting go of anything that might be a worry, anything that, just isn't where I want it to be right now. I'm just letting that go. And I'm going to fill up all that space in me with gratitude, because I had the best weekend. And I'll tell you, Eric came with me. He was my photographer and friend. And he also helped set up with us in the retail store with Paper Crafters Workshop, which was amazing. And Eric, I have to tell you, I have some jelly bellies for you as a little thank you. They're right here on my desk. But let me just set that intention. So, imagine yourself looking at that beautiful flame, taking in that deep breath, filling up with gratitude, and let's have some fun being creative today. Does that make sense? I'm so glad you're all here. I'm going to move this behind me because papers and flames don't mix. Okay. So, first story I want to tell you. I'm going to share my other camera. Let me see if I can do this on both sides. Okay. So I got a few things to show you. So my birthday yesterday, I turned 51, which, as Eric's pointed out, means I am starting my 52nd year. Now, Paper Crafters Workshop, you guys know I love working with them. I love being their customer. I just love all of the wonderful people in their community that I get to be friends and create with now through the programs we do together, like the Creative Card Share. But I got to tell you, customer service is near and dear to my heart. It's always been important to me. And their customer service, I have always noticed. I chose to partner with them because Sherry and Matt, Darlene, and the team have such high standards of customer service. So my mom's here tonight. She can tell you the story from her own version. But what I will tell you is my mom knew that she wanted to give me a little gift for my birthday. And she knew how much I was in love with my paper crafting hobby, but she wasn't necessarily sure what to get me, which thing, what I had, what I don't have. And she was so smart that she called up Sherry. So that's the owner, Sherry and Matt, but it's Sherry with one R. She called up Sherry personally, and Sherry personally talked to her about what she wanted to do and suggested that Mom get a gift card so I can pick the things that, just so there wasn't any difficulty in getting something that was already in my stash or something that wasn't what I was looking for. No confusion, made it super easy. And not only did Sherry get my mom the opportunity to get the gift card, but then Sherry took it, made a card. Hello, sunshine. So I'm wearing my yellow because I'm my mom's sunshine tonight. Hello, sunshine. And then put the beautiful gift card in here and wrote what my mom wanted to. Sherry, happiest birthday wishes to you. Love, Mom. So I got to say, guys, it was so great to just know that Sherry and Darlene took care of my mom, and they would do this for any of their clients. They have lots of, family members that come in and shop for gifts, and they do these wonderful things, but just take a look at how cute that is. I'm so happy. So Sherry and Matt, thank you. And then here's a really neat thing. Sherry and I have tons in common. I got two R's in my name and she's got one, and that's about where it ends when it turns to not having things in common. She and I exchanged cards this weekend, but let me just show off the absolute treats that she did. So she gave me a beautiful card. I'm going to put it up on my back shelf here to display for everybody. But she knows I'm just learning to get into coloring, and Lawn Fawn is an incredible company that has created some beautiful products that are just making the world come to life for me in terms of coloring. So you'll see these in future live streams. I've got these beautiful sets. So this one is the garden mouse. Look at the little garden mouse. Oh my gosh. This one has a die set with it out, and it's very rainy day. Look at, I'm going to do little raining hearts. Oh my gosh. Sentiments like make a splash and I love you with the dies that came with that. Oh, look at all the beautiful colors. Look at this, so gorgeous, these colors, and a gorgeous little rainy sky stencil to go with it as well. I'm just blown away with their generosity and their love. I just feel so seen when I am with Sherry, and I just wanted to share with you, when you're looking for those places to go and shop, they have a brilliant mail order system. They are wonderful to visit in the store. They have online classes you could enjoy. They do programs like mine with the Creative Card Share. They truly care that people are creating and that they have products that they love that will last and have great integrity to them. And Lawn Fawn is a beautiful company that I'm just getting to know. So watch for a future Lawn Fawn episode that I'm going to do. And speaking of Lawn Fawn, Jen Shirkus. Hello. Jen Shirkus is a incredible representation, representative, influencer. That's the word I'm looking for, friends. Influencer. And she was at the event that I was at this weekend. I'll tell you, I'm just going to look up everybody's name so I have it, because I do feel tired. It's true. 1 second here. I know them all. You will even recognize some of the names when I say it to you personally, but let me just go to create and inspire Markham and get the names of them all. These are the friends that I had the opportunity. Well, these are the friends. These are the wonderful people I had the opportunity of working this weekend. So Jen Shirkus from Lawn Fawn was there. This is Jen. Can you see her on my phone? Oh my gosh, she was good. Beautiful Andrea Lake. I fell in love, Andrea. Wow, I am just so happy to be in your presence. Becky Adams. Becky shared her personal journey and life story when we were in the round table, not a dry eye in the house, but she shared it in such a loving, incredible way that it was just a beautiful tribute to her son, Austin, who I feel like I know through her. Megan Andrews. This was super great for me because Megan is the first teacher that I ever had in a virtual event at an SCT event. And so I was able to share from the stage when I was doing my keynote that I loved my first class with SCT so much that I took a little video of myself in my jammies with a hoodie on, talking to Megan after the class as if she had personally trained me and nobody else in the class. I think there were probably 1,000 of us in the class. And I sent her the video saying, "Oh my gosh, Megan, I just love you and you're amazing." And then I thought, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to send it to her. She'll know. Anyway, so I got to meet and work with Megan in person, who is absolutely incredible. I mentioned Jen Shirkus was there. She comes from a fine arts background, but makes everything so teachable to the people that she works with. And oh my, can I tell you, Kim Krusty, she is from Spellbinders, the largest manufacturer in this industry for sure. And she just makes things so utterly easy to do and results to get and empowers you to do the stuff you want to do. She came in from Arizona. Absolutely loved being with her, and very cool shoes. I got to say, these girls all dress super cool. I'm going to up my game a little bit here. And can I tell you, Jess? Now, Jess is local here near me in the Greater Toronto area as well. She is absolutely just brilliant. She came to her round table on fire and ready to go first thing in the morning, and people just leaned in. I adored being able to work with her. And then let me just turn my camera to myself and tell you, here is Virginia. Now, Virginia, oh my gosh, Virginia, I hope you come to my live stream someday. I'm definitely going to tune into all of yours. Virginia is a scrapbooker extraordinaire, a quilter and sewer. She's an engineer by trade, has her iron ring, just absolutely incredible. I really loved being able to meet with her. And she showed us scrapbookers often do 12 by 12 layouts, really large kind of layouts, and sometimes 12 by 24, 2 pages when they do their scrapbooking layouts. I do a card that's 4 inches by 5 inches, friends. That seems a bit daunting to go to that, but she showed us kind of a crossover idea with 8.5 by 11 pages. And let me tell you, the girls just got creativity in spades. And then many of you will have heard me say how much I love and adore Gina Kay. I think I could have put her in my pocket. She was so absolutely incredible and adorable. I loved being able to meet her. And I'm going to tell you a funny story, Gina K. So probably one of the most marquee people, like here, I'll show you this, like this box. These are my beginning of my set of Gina K inks, for example. She manufactures, she designs, she has an incredible team. She is inspiring. These beautiful Create Inspire 2005, these are the women, these 8 women here that I got to host the roundtables with. I also got to moderate the panel and ask them questions for the audience of nearly 400 people that were there. So I got to work with them one-on-one. I got to work with them in a big setting. And then I got to have the pleasure of them being in my audience when I did the keynote as well. And I'm telling you, I am just an improved person for all the wonderful things. I'm going to get to this soon. This is what we're going to be crafting with today. But before, I want to show you some of the amazing things. Now, I was not a participant in this one. I will be a participant in the next one that I can, but I did get some of the goodies that came away with that. So let me share some of the goodies. So Paper Crafters Workshop did these beautiful 12 by 12. Here, let me put me in the corner. Hang on one second, friends. Okay, I'm in the corner. So Paper Crafters Workshop, giving myself a little space. These are like 13, I think by 13. So your 12 by 12 papers can fit in it so that if you're going like we did this weekend to a crop and to do some work at a friend's place, or like I do with Janet. Janet, we've got one coming up on the 14th. So these are a great carrying pouch, but inside it, they put some lovely treats. And I'll just show you, Eric, here are the jelly bellies that I promised you. And then what other lovelies do I have to show you? I want to show you some all. So they put in, so this is all from the Paper Crafters Workshop. Beautiful notepad for your sketching. These are wonderful adhesive foam dies you see me using all the time. A great 12 by 12 grid paper to be able to use, really, really thick and wonderful. So that was something they gave to every participant to enjoy. And they gave me one too. Yay. And then Gina K gave out this gorgeous piece. So an exclusive piece, Blooming Butterfly by Gina K. There's a gorgeous butterfly here, kind of monarch and with flowers. Either thinking of you or sending love, all those things, and the matching coordinating die. Every single person was able to get one of these as well. Oh my goodness, Jody, it was such an awesome keynote. I know you've heard me speak at work, Jody, but this was so wonderful and emotional. And actually, I'll say, I don't know if I have a banner to show you guys this, but I will. I don't think I do. But what I will tell you is that on April 12th, I am going to be doing my keynote address for Michael House's Celebrate Spring. And it's their annual fundraiser. So I'll put some notes in the description so you can see that as well, because it's going to be a morning to share. I know Suzanne is coming to that. I think Kim is coming to that. I would love to see all of you come out and enjoy hearing a story about how I went from a virus attacking my life and trying to take me out, and growing my heart back with creativity. It's there weren't a lot of dry eyes in the house, let me tell you. And I am so just still gobsmacked. Suzanne, I can't wait for you to be there and hear it as well too. But I am just so gobsmacked. Like, people were asking me for my autograph. People were hugging me and telling me their stories. It was incredible, absolutely amazing. And I just loved being able to share for the first time a story that was really important to me. But let me show you a few more things. Lots of people on their lanyards, when you go to a conference and you have your name tag with your lanyards, had beautiful pins that they gave out. And this company, Simple Stories, which makes beautiful, beautiful kits and paper and ephemeral, they were giving out these wonderful tags that we can put on. This is the first one I've ever gotten at a conference, so that was beautiful to receive. We did a card exchange 4 times with the different groups, and this was one of the cards that I was able to receive. And I loved being able to be with a group of crafty ladies I had never met, and look at even inside the beautiful little touch there. It was wonderful and fantastic. And the little sentiment here, never doubt your worth. Isn't that great? I just loved it. It was so awesome. So we had fun doing that. And then an absolute lovely thing to see was that people were so thoughtful, and this was so meaningful to them. Many have been to 17, 18, and 19 of these events. They stopped during the pandemic. Here, I'll come back and chat with you one second like this. There I am. Catherine has done these. I think this was maybe the 19th or 20th time. I can't remember. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that. But there have been many of them. They stopped as the pandemic shut things down. And this was the first in-person one again since 2020. They did theirs in February, just before the world shut down. But some things that we found, because there were wonderful friends that came from all over Canada, from all over the US, even an incredible woman from Germany who traveled and came and brought beautiful prizes from companies that we didn't know in Germany. But something that people did is they kind of brought different treats that were sort of from their space, and they made this whole little buffet table in the back of treats you could help yourself to. So I think American candy is better than ours. So I had some M&Ms with like different things in it. One was called like strawberry sundae M&Ms. Never have I ever. And now I really love them. But something that this blew me away, this little gift here, it says a handmade gift for you. This tumbler tote fits a Yeti 20-ounce Rambler and most 24-ounce tumblers. It's cotton and machine washable. And Virginia makes them. Virginia, who is in my celebrity panel. And get this, I should have put my Yeti on my desk to be able to show you. So she made this. She gave it to me, and it's a little holder that my Yeti can go into so I can carry it on my wrist when I've got my handful of my crafting supplies. And she had it right there ready to go in this gorgeous little package. Actually, maybe Fred, could you grab my Yeti for me? It's just right outside my door here. I would love to show people how it works. But just a little bit of show and tell here to show you the spirit of the people who were coming to be here. The positivity that was in this room was so engaging. It was so full of fuel. It was not that, you know, how sometimes we get that like toxic positivity or just go a little crazy with like that frenetic type of, woo, we have to be happy. It wasn't like that. It was true joy personified. People who only ever see each other at these meetings, people who come and see each other annually at these meetings. It was so darn fun. And I think, yes, Jody, you're right. This is so darn cute. It was like you, Jody. Look at you with your donut. I love that. So amazing. I just felt relief because, of course, the world has been a bit of a crazy place. And I feel like I have sort of got caught up in headlines and worries and all those things. But being and walking into Catherine's event, Fred is just giving me, here, this is this Yeti Catherine gave me from Crop and Create. Let me just show you this. Oh my gosh. So it just goes on like a little cozy. And then I'm ready to take this wherever I'm going. So when my hands are full, it can still fit there and I can still carry the things that I want. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. And Virginia gave me this because I mentioned I saw Catherine with one. And she just like a wizard whipped it out of her bag and said, wait, this is for you. And I just was so like, that's the kind of inspiration that was shared in this space. So creating is you're totally right. It's totally handy. And being creative also has this sharing component to it that takes the joy and positivity that you feel and makes it exponential. It is just like, cute is the great word for it. Handy is a great word for it, but just so meaningful to be able to be in a space where your creativity is what brings everybody joy, and it just gets exponential. So we have so many new friends. I will tell you, where's this guy here? So last week when we came together for my live stream, we had 250 beautiful subscribers, all of whom I love and have come to different live streams or watch my videos. And that's halfway to the point, my goal of getting to 500 subscribers, which is sort of a minimum threshold for YouTube to get into their paid partner program. Well, friends, I just looked and we're already at 273. So just in one weekend of meeting some wonderful people, my numbers have started climbing in a great way. I hope you will like and share and comment on this because it is absolutely a privilege to be able to share my hobby and my passion for paper crafting, and also for you to be able to journey with me on this adventure. I'm not the teacher like Kim is, who knows how to do things in an absolute incredible way, or watching Gina Kay. She's just so masterful. It feels like she works with magic wands instead of blending brushes, or Jen's coloring, or Becky's layouts, or Andrea's creativity and color. All of those things that they do are so meticulous. When you want to learn techniques and how to do things, their classes are incredible. Their Instagram feeds are inspirational. I am learning. So I'm inviting you to come along with me on this journey and be able to have fun as we learn. I'm the one that you want to come watch when you want to hear about the science of things, why our brain works the way it does, because I am curious as can be, and I've got all kinds of research that I curate and go through to understand how is it that somebody like me was able to grow my heart back with creativity as a backbone and a central pillar in my self-care. So, friends, if you don't know this already, you have permission to create. And I am going to enjoy, I'm going to just carry this around like a purse now is what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So Virginia, thank you for being so generous. All the wonderful folks who were so generous all weekend, just incredible. And if you're here in the chat and we met for the first time over the weekend, please feel free to say hi. You'll see that this community is very welcoming and very fun. And we are small and mighty, but we are great. And I'm going to come over and see, can I get Fred to say hello to us all too? Mr. Freddie, you want to look up and say, hello, everybody. There we are. He's waving. No Hawaiian shirt today. He had to come pick me up and then make me breakfast, or not breakfast. Well, he made everything today. But yesterday he did my birthday dinner when I got home and took care of Luigi all weekend. It is so good. And I agree with you. Totally, Tyra. My heart is so, so full. I am blessed in so many ways. From starting my birthday weekend with you, Tyra, when we went to not the orchid show, what we call it? Alice in Bloomland. Man, so many neat connections here. Just loved being able to do that with you and your sister and your mom. And I see our daughter is here saying, hi, Daddy-o. I love that. It's wonderful. So yeah, so guys, how about we do a little bit of creating? And I promise you, this will be fun and I'll keep our conversation going. But I did lose my voice by the time I got up this morning. I have been taking in water and clear tea to kind of bring it back to tonight, but I might talk a little less tonight as we try and do some things. Let me tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to change my camera and bring this forward. And first, while you talk amongst yourselves, I'm going to stop talking for a second and take a sip of my tea. That feels much better. Okay. So recently, when I was at a crop with a couple of my friends, my friend Tammy brought these were Gina K products, stamps with her that I don't own. I'd asked the girls, does anybody have any Gerber daisies that I can borrow and use for something I have in my mind? And Tammy came with these beautiful, so I used a Versamark ink with the idea that while I was there with her and was borrowing her set, I wanted to take these and stamp them and cut them out with her dies, which she so graciously loaned to me so that we could play with them tonight with my Copic markers. So that's a new thing that I'm trying, is to learn some blending and coloring. I know. Okay, put that Christmas mug away right now, Lori. I knew as soon as Fred brought me that cup of tea, I was like, somebody's going to call me on the snowmen. Did you all see this? I knew somebody was going to say, that's a Christmas mug. And it's true. And it's March 31st, Sherry Griffin. Put that away. I promise, Lori, tonight I will put it away along with my little Santa village. I wanted to keep, not Santa, snowman village. I wanted to keep it up till my birthday. So I'm sorry it snowed all the way through March. So Tammy lent me her products so I can do that. And then Margie lent me some punches, and the punches come in a couple different sizes. And I'm going to try something that I haven't done before. I've got a bunch of different colors that I punched out and brought, and we're going to play with these components. And I think actually we'll play with the components first. So I'm going to move the Gina K products over here. We're going to do this now. Mom was, I know it is so sweet, Suzanne, you're right. Suzanne's hosting dinner on Thursday because it's her birthday. And in our family, my birthday is March 30th. She's April 3rd, and Peter is April 12th. So we've got 3 birthdays right close to each other as well. And do I think that one of the girls, yeah. So anyways, we've got lots of our family birthdays together. So something that my mom, she called me one day and said, I found a few things that I think you might like from my stash. And she showed me this little guy here, Heartfelt Creations, Flower Shaping Essentials. And I wasn't quite sure what it was. In fact, I wonder if it actually says, okay, place the flower stamped side down on a mat and press down in a circular motion on each petal. Okay, there are some instructions here. My mom did, hey, Fred, look who's here. A classic Sherry mug. Somebody who has known, that has always come and helped me by keeping my life in order and clean. Lauren, thank you for knowing that mug has been with me since you were in university. Before you did your doctorate, before you became a big girl and started your career, that is a classic Sherry mug. It's true. Okay, so this little product I've never used before, but my mom had. So Heartfelt Creations. This little mat here, see how it folds? It's like a dense foam. Okay, so my mom, who's a cake decorator, right, Mom? I forget. Mom's here, right? We all said hi to Mom. Hi, Mom. Yes, I think we did. Did I mention I'm exhausted? So this comes with little, it looks like ball bearings on the ends of these little posts, and they go into the little holder and stylist here. So I'm going to start with the big ones. and I'll show you. Come on, pull out. There's one on each side and a littler one that we'll bring out. And let's pull out some of these. What I'm going to do, so there's 3 sizes. 2 sizes. 3 sizes or 2. There are 2 or 3 sizes, friends. So I'm going to start with these sort of darker blue ones. And we're just going to play. So this ball bearing, can you guys see that okay? Does that make sense? Maybe I'll make it bigger and me smaller. Let's try that. That's just more my desk. Let's go back this way. And I feel more comfortable over there. Oh, there we are. Thank you to Sherry for helping out with your gift. Yes, Mom, I absolutely agree. Thank you to Sherry, her whole team. And I mean, Sherry and I are friends for absolute certain. So when she saw G. Griffin on the phone display calling her, she probably thought it was a good person. But even if it's not your mom, even not her, not me that she's serving, she's that good for everybody. So thank you, Sherry. Okay, so this little punch that I've done in this little paper, just a regular piece of paper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start simple and I'm going to go into the center of this flower. And I'm just going to start to press down and sort of rotate. And what we'll see in a moment here as I do this is basically I'm bending the paper. Now let me show you what I mean. So here's what I started with. You guys can see that. And this is what I just did. So side by side, this is now, what would you call that? Bent. So one is flat and one is raised. So I'm going to do that a little bit more. I'm not sure I know the words of what to say to make it. It's like a bowl now. Hang on a second. See in my hand over here? It's like a little bowl instead of totally flat. Okay. So you can see what we're going to do is start to create some dimension with this. Okay. Now, so I've got one. I'm going to put that there. Now I'm going to do the next one. Same idea. I'm just rotating this kind of ball bearing into the center. Now this one you can see even better. See how kind of 3D. Thank you, Tyra. That is absolutely true. 3D that one is. And then I'm going to go for one more and do the same thing. Now, the reason I had this idea is my mom, as a cake decorator, my whole life, she made beautiful handmade flowers out of gum paste or chocolate or fondant or buttercream, all of those things. And she had tools like this. So as a little girl, I might be playing downstairs in the basement where her studio was. And of course, I'd watch her. It was mesmerizing to see her create such beautiful things, petal by petal. She would make roses that if you took it into the garden, you wouldn't be able to tell which was which. It was real, that real, so fine and beautiful. So I saw a tool like this and just knew that I was like, well, hang on a second. I think I can do some of the stuff my mom used to do. So now they're like little cups. And what I want to do is make this a layered flower where I'm staggering the petals so that it's very full. Because when I see Gerber daisies that I'm in love with, they're very, very full. Now, hang on, maybe I'll start with 2. 1, 2. All right, so we're starting to get the idea. Now, let me get my trusty, what's this called? Anybody remember what this is called? Glue press, that's what it's called. Yes, that's right. So I'm going to take the bottom layer. I'm going to go ahead and I mentioned might not be on my A game tonight. All right, there we go. All right, here we are. We're back. Going into the bottom one with a little bit of glue. I'm going to put this one inside. And instead of the petals being lined up, I'm going to turn it. So now the petals are all around. That looks good. Yeah, see that? And when I turn it to the side, it's standing up. So when it's sitting on a card, see if you look at it in my hand, it's standing up. Do a couple like this and see how we come. Now, I think I can put like a yellow dot in there. I don't think you put a little one inside these, but let's try it. It's only paper. So here's one that we're going to come back to for a card. This little guy, see how much smaller this punch is from this punch? So on the smaller punch, I'm going to do the same thing. And we're going to make it like the little cup. See what it looks like inside. Oh, and it's cute, right? Okay, let's put one of these together because I'm not Mother Nature. I'm not making anything that's actually real. I guess I could have a little bit of fantasy flowers. I think, Mom, do you remember the stage when you would go through fantasy flowers? So my mom was known in her sugar work for being very real and it being lifelike in what she did. But every now and then she would do fantasy flowers that were just brilliant colors that didn't exist for that flower. Well, that looks kind of neat. Here we go with the little one in it. Okay. Now let's just take two of the little ones. Let's do a different color. I want to do this sort of, anybody know what this color looks like? Teal? Sure. And I'm going to still use the big end that I was using and do the same thing and just cup the center of these to give it some dimension. Okay. Take one, little dab will do us. Put some glue and then layer up these cute little ones. The nice thing about glue as an adhesive is it gives you a little bit of float time. So tape sticks and adheres, and that's that. You're one and done. You're down there. But glue gives me a little bit of float time, so I can play a little bit to turn it. And I feel like it might look good now if I did a third layer. So let's just try and see. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. We're going to do a third layer. And then Fred, can you reach and put Suzanne's comment up on the screen? I want to read that because I see it out of the corner of my eye. Can you do it? Yes, I can do one with teal and pink for you, my sister in love. Absolutely, I will. All right, let's get that one turned a little bit more. Okay, so here's a teal one with the bend in it. And then, you know what? I'm going to just be extra fancy and go over the bend again. It's all glued down. So now I've got a few of these, right? I got a one here. I've got a multi-size one, and I've got this little guy. Look how cute those are going to be together. So Suzanne, you said a teal and pink one. Can you do one with teal and pink? Okay, so, all right, we've got a couple different pinks here. This pink is a little bit more purpley. This pink's a little bit more peachy. Let's see what we got over here for colors. Let me put these out so you can see as well. Oh, I have a purpley kind of color. Purpley. A little bit more. These ones are different, little bit different color families. These. All right, then I will design for you. You tell me. Let's do a big one first, Suzanne. So you tell me which color pink to use or teal. Let me put them out so you can choose. Ooh, look at that one. That one there is pretty. Purple. Teal. Okay. And these pinks are a little bit different. Some are a bit more pinky pink. Peter is suggesting the big pink with a small teal. Okay, so this is a big pink. And this, I feel like this is teal. How does that color combination look? What do you think, Suzanne? I'll wait for you to tell me because these other ones, I don't know if my eyes are exactly right with which teal is. This is kind of maybe aqua-y, teal-y color, purpley, bluey, teal-y. This one maybe. So have I confused everybody enough? Do I have a good color combination here? These colors are groovy, and actually these are sort of making me feel like the new VW. Fred, tell us what the VW truck is called. Like the VW bus that they used to have. There's a new one now that's an electric vehicle. It's pretty groovy looking. Eric and I saw it on the lot the other day when we drove by. So Suzanne, tell me, what do you think of these colors? How's that? It's good. What about the lighter teal? Okay, so that I think could be this one. Oh, that's pretty. I think we should try that. So let's go with that. And move these out of my way a little bit here. So a larger pink and a smaller teal. Does that look? We're going to try that. Okay. So pink. So I'm going to do this one the same method that I did, just using the roller ball in the center. Margie, who gave me these punches to borrow, gave me a different idea as well that I'm going to try next. So stay tuned as we try something next with this as well. And the neat thing is that these punches that Margie's had are like old in her collection. She's had them for 20 some odd years plus and enjoyed using them, and they still work like new. When you buy really high quality products, they're in your studio and you can love them, but you can fall back in love with something that maybe you haven't done before. And I am in love with this fun little color combination. And on this one, so I've got the leaves directly over the pink as well. And I'm wondering, let me see, which pink is this, friends? Is that this pink? Let's fill it in the back with another pink. So we've got a nice full big flower in the back and a really pretty teal color in the center. Fred, can you put up Ashley's colors? I saw that she put up some ideas for some colors. Let's see what hers are as I work on this one that Suzanne has suggested. Oh, Suzanne, you're right. You are right. Look how pretty this has come together. So I put two of the pink ones at the back so that it's a full flower of pink, and then the little green one in the center, and I think that is really beautiful. So we've got that one, making my little collection up here. Now, Ashley said the dark teal. Let's try a little flower, dark teal, and Ashley, was there one? Teal and coral would be pretty too. Coral, that's a good word for the color we were talking about, and I think this one's coral. Yeah, look at that. Yes. Okay. So I told you I was going to try another. I'm glad you love it, Suzanne. That makes me so happy. See, the cool thing about being able to do a live stream is we all get to be at home. Now, I'm not in my pajamas, but you guys can be in your pajamas. That's all right. So we get to be at home. We don't have to worry about doing anything, about getting out and going anywhere. And you get to enjoy being a co-creator with me. I want you guys to be able to do that and come with me. Okay, now Ashley gave us this color palette. I think my little girl's proud of me. Very good. I think this color is going to be great together. Now, I'm not sure about this other method, but what my mom used to do was the petals. And so she kind of would go around each petal and give the petals some dimension. But what I think is this will make the reverse of what we've been making. So while we've been cupping the flowers so far, I'm going to have the cupping kind of go to the reverse side, if you will. I might not be making sense in my words tonight. Please forgive me. I do speak for a living, so hey, look at this. Erin is in the house. I love it. It's so great. I'm so happy. Erin, thank you for being here. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, my mom is telling me the name of this tool is called a ball stylus. Thank you, Mom. That's great. Look, Eva's saying hi, Erin. Everybody say hi to Erin, my good, good friend. Oh, Erin, this is fun. So Erin was in the Creative Card Share and the Handmade Card Exchange that we did for the Christmas edition. And she got cards from a woman named Nancy Cable. Now, how's this for small world? Nancy had no idea that Erin and I are friends, and we had the postal strike happen. But Nancy, who lives down by Toronto, her daughter goes to the University of Waterloo, not far from where we are. So she had her daughter stop at Erin's place just off the 401 on the way to Waterloo and drop off the cards that they were exchanging. But then Erin had the wherewithal to say, I'm going to give this to Sherry as her Christmas card. Well, I get to meet Nancy in person this past weekend, and she was just so thrilled to know that, one, that you weren't a crazy Straka person and that her daughter was treated well when she knocked on your door unannounced. She was very happy that that was a good mothering decision and not a bad one. And two, she was absolutely thrilled to be able to know that you gave me her card. She's like, no way. Anyways, we hugged. We had a lot of fun. We took some pictures. I will share them with you, Erin. Okay. So Peter, I think you had some good. All right. Here is Peter's idea. Just draw a line down the middle of each petal. Okay. Peter is a beautiful painter and artist himself. So I'm just going to do, Peter, that's working nicely. Okay. So I'm just drawing a line down what will become the back of each of these petals. I think if I'm doing this right. So it's cupped a little bit on each of the petals. Okay, Mom, this ball stylus is working beautiful. Aren't you glad you took it out of the closet and said, maybe Sherry could use this? I'm using it, Mom. Okay. And I like this little mat, actually. I've just discovered I can turn the mat instead of the little flower. I don't know if that's any easier or whatnot, but I'm having fun with it. So now I have both of these, and my idea here is to have them, this looks like the blue one can use a little more. Not the blue one, this guy can use a little more. Okay. Well, actually, so I don't really know what the difference is because this way it's sort of pulling away from me, but this way it's a cup again. But I kind of like this cup. So we're going to go. Yeah, I agree. Thanks again, Nancy. It was so fun that she did that. So, okay, so we've got the teal and the green. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and put the teal at the back. Something speaks to me about it being sort of the back color. Instead of a cup, I'm going to just go with the cupping because now that I've tried this, I'm not sure how it would be on a card upside down like that. But look at these colors. Oh, you guys, look at how sweet that is. Oh, I love it. Okay, Mom's saying you can run the ball down each petal to elevate them also. So that's kind of what I was trying to do, Mom. See, this way it sits like this and it is kind of picked up like on the side you can see. But anyways, we will figure that out. And Eva, I think I saw a comment, but it's gone somewhere that I can't see it now in the comment world of things going back up there. That I didn't see it, but I think you said something about put centers in them. And I think you're totally right. And I'm wondering to myself how easily I can find, like I have little pom-poms maybe that could go in the center and be a cute little center. I'm just not sure where they are over there, but we can think about that. In the meantime, gonna have a sip of tea. You too should be reaching for your tea. So full groovy. Look at this, Ashley. I love it. I think that's great. Claude, you're right. This is a really neat tool. And actually, I remember my mom doing, let me sip the tea. Hang on. Oh, that feels much better. I'm not sure if I had 18 cups of tea today, but I think it was somewhere close to that. I love these colors too, Erin. So there was this method that I used to see my mom do that was kind of like in her hand, she would hold it like this, the stylus like this, and then sort of just lightly turn the ends of the petals. So it's actually not that. See how I'm just sort of lightly turning it? It's only paper. We can just experiment, right? I just looked at on my software, it gives me a little timer to tell me how long we've been doing what we've been doing. And I remembered I had lots of things planned for tonight, but I'm moving on a slower speed than I normally do. So see, that's just a subtle bend to those flowers. I think I can do something with that too, actually. Maybe we could do the inside one with more of a bend and the outside one with just a subtle bend. Let's try that on this one. I think everybody likes the multiple colors when I do it. Let's do one all in one color. We're just going to go for one color. All right, so on that one, I just did the little flick. This one, I'm going to do Peter's idea of straight up and down the center of each petal. And you know what, friends? If we don't get to making a whole card tonight, that's okay. Sometimes being creative means doing portions of your project and coming back to it when the whole idea comes to you. So this is the one with the little just flicks, and this is the one with the more down the center. Let's put those together. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm going to come back and just sort of bend that one a little bit more. So this is more subtle. So see, in this one, let me do a purple Tyra coming right up. This one, the flower is more open. That's kind of the not the right way, the more traditional way the actual flower grows, I think. So it's a little less lifted. This one's like an absolute cup. So when I turn them side by side, you can see the dark blue one totally cupped and the whatever color this one happens to be, a little less cupped. I'm going to try another one like that in purple for Tyra right now. And I'm going to have to ask Margie to bring her die punch back for me so I can try it again. Okay, so on this one, the first one I did the back, I just took the ball stylus, Mom? Yeah, ball stylus, and just went through the back a little bit. Okay, and just bent that a nice little bit. I'm just sort of doing the ends or the tips of the petal. So I just get a little lift and the center staying flat. And then I think I will forever call it the Peter method because my brother-in-law is coaching me on this as well. And isn't it great when your family loves your creativity and supports you? I have the best, you guys are the best spirit squad. And you know what? There's something else. We're streaming on Facebook tonight as well, which is new for me. I've only done this. This is now the third time, but just twice in the last little while because I aspire to have my YouTube channel reach that paid partner program. I have been focusing all the attention onto the YouTube channel, but there's so many crafters on Facebook that I've met who really enjoy watching it there. So by all means, if that's where you're watching it, I'd love to see you in the comments. Tell me that's where you're watching from as well. But also there's little heart emojis. Ashley, you were really good at this in one particular one, and YouTube has been fabulous at coaching me. So they have something called the YouTube Studio where all my analytics come up, and they show me what people like watching, what they engage in, how long they stayed, when they come, when they go, all that kind of good stuff, so that I can check that my content is interesting and valuable to the people that I'm making it for. And it helps me kind of get better at what I'm doing. So there's some place somewhere, one in Facebook, one in YouTube, where you can put little hearts and they come up with things that YouTube and Facebook both really like, and they promote my streams, my videos, to people who might be interested in this type of content. So if you are loving it, find those little heart emojis and emoji them all you can, because it truly does help YouTube choose my product as something to share with more and more people, which is my goal. So the right side edge of the screen on YouTube, Ashley is saying the right side edge of the screen, the emojis. And then I don't know if on Facebook, if anybody knows well on Facebook, if there's a really easy way to explain where the little, like, you can make the hearts float up on the screen. It's I've seen it. It's pretty cool. Okay, Tyra, we are doing this purple one, but Erin has an idea here. So I have little things that pierce through and it looks pretty in the center. Ooh, okay, that's really cool. Like a little, so it would be like a little texture in the center here to do that. I would love that, Erin. That would be really, really cool. Okay, so we've got a couple different ones here that have been fun to make. Now, one thing that Margie told me, I think she thought I would really enjoy, that I'd like to try, is to do a little distressing or coloring, if you will, on the edges. So let me see. I'm going to use my Gina K colors. I think I'm going to go for a bluey one. So let's try this purple one, actually. I think I'm going to try this first. Okay. Purpley, 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 purpley. Wait a second. I'm thinking, guys. I'm coming back. I promise. I'll be right there in a second. Okay. I'm going to try this one, which is called Tranquil Teal. And I'm going to take this kind of tealy colored one. I'm putting it inside my mat here so it holds it down. I'm going to just ink up my little brush here and dab it off on the side. Ooh, it's a dark color on my side over there. Maybe that's too dark. Let me dab off a little more. And then she said to just on the edges, just to give it a little bit of extra dimension, put a little bit of the ink, I'm a little too far down on my camera angles here, on the petals. And I'm just going to go around and kind of build that up a little bit. So you can start to see that I'm getting some color on the edges, tips of the flower. Oh yeah, I'm getting the idea now, Margie. I know what you were telling me to do. So now see, it's kind of two colors. And then I'm going to do the next one, just going to give myself two here. And this one I'm going to go even a little darker on. So on this one, still staying on the tips, but going a little bit darker with the ink and blending. The nice thing about this mat that's in here, you can't see the mat, it's translucent, but the mat gives me really good grip. So I don't have to hold the little piece down and can get my ink where I need it to go. All right, look at that. See, you can craft when you're tired. I didn't know that. All right, so we've got this going on. So lightly colored on this one, slightly darker colored on this one. Let me just make it really darker colored. All right, so now we've got a couple tones going on these colors. I like that. Now we're just going to reach. So I'm going to make the darker toned one the back one. And this just washes off with water. That'll be fine. Okay, so now I'm taking this and my little mat's coming back. This is going to be the inside flowers. So just a straight line up and down in the center, like this. Ooh, I feel like this is something I might be getting good at. Ooh, somebody found the hearts because now I can see 3 of them, which is really great. Oh, Carbon, it was so wonderful to see you on the weekend, Carbon. Carmen was also in one of my creative card shares. Absolutely an incredible participant. Meeting in person was so lovely. We'd seen each other at the Paper Crafters workshop before, but Carmen, so good to see you there. I loved it. And thank you for saying that you loved my talk on the weekend. It was really fun to be able to do. Really, really fun, Carmen. I'm glad you were there to see it. And I hope it was really meaningful for you. Okay. Now, that's an interesting sentence that Suzanne has just put down. My hands are full, though, Fred. Can you put that up? I think Suzanne and Ashley are agreeing that you can be creative when you're tired. But I liked Suzanne's point. If you could put that comment up, Fred. I don't know what the... Oh, I see 4 hearts now on our little Facebook. Okay, so it's working, guys. Those hearts are apparently really good. So keep them coming. Okay, so here we go. So my darker one on the back is the... You know what? I feel like I can get darker on that color. Let me just put it down again, come in here, and just go back with a little bit more color. I want it to be a bit more obvious on the camera. So just a little bit more color. There. I feel better because today I feel like more is more. You can make the Spirit Squad pom-poms. I would totally make the Spirit Squad pom-poms. You guys are the best Spirit Squad. I love it. You guys have kept me going in a big time of transition and learning new wonderful things. So let me show you these two. So I don't know if it's that different on camera. I'll move my finger. This one has some of that little bit of color on it, and this one has no color on it, but they were the same. So probably even if I did this with a white-based flower, I could put some nice creative tips of ink onto them as well. Okay, I'm going to find that thing because apparently Fred can't hear me. So here we go. I find that when I'm tired, I'm more in the flow and less critical of my art. That is a good point, Suzanne. When we have our kind of guard down a little bit, maybe we're not too worried about being so perfect and all of those things. I think that is a really neat thing. Okay, so let's see. So we've got a couple of these here, friends. I'm going to bring them all forward. I'm going to move my sample pieces back, and I'm going to do, all right, look at this. A little collection of these flowers. Look at this. Oh my gosh. How fun and beautiful are these? Let me move this so I have a bit of a clearer table for you to see. And then my thoughts for creating a card here quickly. I think I will go with a nice plain base. Let's see if we can put this together. Stick with me for a second here. I'm going to change over so you can see more of my crafty space. Move these out. So card base here. I'm going to do a top fold at 5.5. Is that right? Somebody remind me. 5.5. 5.5. Yes, 5.5. That's my halfway mark. All right. So we've got this. I'm going to do my top folding card. Now I don't want to distract from my these flowers with a patterned paper per se, but I do want to give them sort of a grounding element. So this base of my card, I'm going to give the grounding element with, and I have some pieces that I cut out a little earlier. So I've got a little nice arch here that I thought I might do something like this with. I like that little bit of elegance in the black that comes out on the card, and then we're going to start to put the flowers like this around. Let's see if that's going to look good. Give me a second while I think this one through. Maybe I will do a white background and just lift it up a little bit. White on white. Got a pink one that is actually a pink folded card. Let's see what I can do with this guy. I think this is the same size. That one might work. Oh, I think this is going to be it. Okay, so this little card I cut out earlier. This is a pink card. I'm going to put the white cardstock on that. Move these guys out of the way. And we're going to make this card. And while I go ahead and do this, I'm going to tell you guys the story of meeting Gina Kay. So Gina Kay is somebody I adore. I love her products. And I love her design. What I really love is her business ethics. I am telling you. So first, I always admire a female-led business. I think she's done a great job. She and her husband Tom work together. They've had a number of business ventures, and this one has just been phenomenal for them. She is an inspiration to so many people, and I don't know. I think she probably has, probably something like a million people know her. I'm not exaggerating. I really do mean that. And Carmen, look, I know you as well. Absolutely doing that. Oh, and Darla, oh, thanks for saying that. Your positive vibes and optimism were infectious. Thank you for saying that. I love that. I knew that I would be meeting Gina and working with her at this particular weekend event. And Gina works with people all the time. They come to TA her class. They work with her to, like people want to sort of, if you will, like be near her and learn from her and all that kind of great stuff, which is pretty phenomenal. And when they have the opportunity to do so, they jump at it. Well, I was at the hotel. I got there a little bit early and was ready to go in and do a beautiful round table with her. But the round tables were a brand new addition that Catherine had never done before at any of her events. So it's a little bit, because nobody's done this before, it's a little bit unknown. And so she explained it to them best as she could to let them know this is what we're going to do. But it's not like everybody got it right away. It's not like they just knew this is what it was going to be like. And so here we are. We're at the Hilton. I walk out of the elevator to get into the lobby to go to the conference center. And who was walking in but Gina Kay and Tom? And I actually didn't know, because on video, people maybe don't know how tall I am, but Gina is about 5 feet tall. She is so petite, and it's so wonderful. Me, not really petite at all. And so I see her, and of course, I feel like I know her because I watch her videos. I'm on her live streams. I'm commenting. She comments back. It's lovely. I see her on Instagram or Facebook, all these lovely places. So it feels like I know her, and I don't. She's never laid eyes on me before. And I step out of the elevator as she's going to step into it. And I swing back around and I said, "Oh, Gina Kay, hi, I'm Sherry, and I'm going to be your moderator at the round table. And I'm so excited to meet you. And I just love your stuff and your business. And this is amazing and wonderful. And I think you're great." And the dear woman had gotten up at 2:45 in the morning to get to her plane on time to be here at the event. And this is about 5 p.m. So needless to say, she needed to go to her room and freshen up for a second to get herself all in a good place. And she just blazingly looked at me and was like, "It's so nice to meet you." And she was genuinely so sweet. And I was genuinely so embarrassed that I had totally just just basically jumped on her as a fan. And so she said, so what are we doing? And I said, "You know what? How about you just go get settled and come down when you're ready? I'm sure there'll be lots of time for me to know it." So the sweet, sweet woman got in the elevator and off she went. And then later, when we actually did meet and I had taken a breath and wasn't so crazy anymore, I said, "I apologize if I met you at the elevator and that was sort of a lot." She was so gracious. She said it was wonderful too, and she had fun. So what a lovely, lovely woman, I can say. All right. So as you can see, I am now just playing and trying to figure out what looks good where and how to make these. I think the small and colorful is mighty. I really like actually how the colored one turns out. Let's see the purple looks good. The purple looks good. Hang on. We got something going on here, friends. Let's just cover it with all the flowers. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm smart enough to know I'm a little whipped and I'm not sure what's going to look good. And I feel like these flowers are good and are going to make a lovely card, but we're going to have to come back tomorrow to see what that lovely card is going to look like, because I want to go look for the little centers that I think I have. And I want to make sure that I do a decent job of playing with my crafts. So let me just show you again our lovely things tonight. Just goes to show you, it's not the end. It's not the final product that we're doing that's important here, friends. It is that we have fun in the journey. So I set my intention at the beginning of the evening to be able to be full of gratitude, to really just come into a space to say, I am so pleased that I could have a weekend like I just did. I mean, I can't, Darla, we hadn't met before now. I'm so glad that you're here. It just is so, so neat that we could come, because Catherine had the idea to say, we need to talk about how creativity is self-care. And like Carmen, like you, being able to love Gina Kay and meet her in person and just to have this incredible time together makes me feel like my heart is full, This growing community means so much to me. I can't believe we're already here at 273 and growing, guys. If you have friends you can share this with, invite them to come next week. As you can tell, I'm not the person that's going to teach you how to do things that are so far out of reach that you can't do it. You can try these. You can figure out. You can borrow from friends like I do. You can have friends like Aaron who lend you things and have ideas of what can make you better. And yes, this birthday, this beginning of my 52nd year, has been an incredible, I almost say, month-long celebration. And I absolutely love each and every one of you. And I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to learn from you all. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe. And I hope that you will continue returning Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern for this beautiful crafty adventure that I'm on. And I love creating with you. So, friends, thanks for letting me go without making a card perfectly tonight. I know that we've had a lot of fun, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. So until next time, we'll see you soon. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate you guys. Good night.